Third Grade Angels, Chapter 3, Boink, Bunk. Boink! I heard the word and felt something hit the back of my head at the same time. I turned. It was Joseph. "What was that?" I said. "This," he said. He held out a pack of gummy bears. "Take one." "Nah," I said, because I don't like gummy bears. And then, for some strange reason, I heard myself say, "Okay," and I was reaching out and taking a green one. "Thanks." "No problem." He took one, a red one, and stuffed the pack back into his pocket. "So, George, what do you think of all this angel bunk?" "It's not George," I told him. "It's Suds. George is just on my birth certificate." "I know what you mean," he said. "I'm Joey." He sneered. "I hate Joseph. Teachers always do that." He held out his fist. I stared at it. "Bump me, dude," he said. "Oh," I said. I bumped him. I guess I did it right because he didn't laugh or sneer. It was my first ever fist bump. "So," he said, "what do you think of all that angel bunk?" I had heard him the first time. I didn't know what to say because, to tell the truth, I didn't think it was bunk. I didn't recognize the word bunk, but it sounded bad. "Oh, I don't know," I said. "Where's it all come from?" he said. I recited the chant for him. I stopped at Third Grade Angels. He sneered. He wagged his head. "Dumb. We didn't do nothing like that at my school." I was thinking, this is your school now. But I said, "Where was that?" He gave me a name I'd never heard of and said, "So what's fourth grade?" "Rats," I said. His whole face changed, like he had just stripped him of the best birthday present he'd ever got. "Whoa, rats. Cool. I'm gonna like next year." I'm not, I thought. We were standing by the fence, near the swings. "I saw you looking at her," he said. "Huh?" I said, even though I knew exactly what he was talking about. He chuckled. "Don't pretend." He poked me in the arm. "And don't look away. You were looking at her the whole time." "Who?" I said. "The hottie," he said, grinning. He nodded towards the girl on the swing. "What's her name?" "Judy Billings." "So you like her, huh?" "Heck no," I said. He grinned. "You were looking at her in class, too. I thought you were going to mash your nose into the back of her head." "I was not," I said. He laughed. He poked me again. Things were getting complicated. I started to walk away. He grabbed my arm. "Hey," he said. "Who's that?" He was pointing to a big kid sitting at the bottom of the edge of the sliding board. A line of kids was waiting at the top to slide down, but nobody was telling the big kid to move. "Gerald Willis," I said. "The kid you were talking about in class?" "Yeah, he's in 5th grade. He was a rat last year?" "Yeah." "Was he the boss rat?" "Yeah, I guess so," I said. The way Joey was looking at Gerald Willis, I could tell he wanted to be the boss rat someday. Then suddenly, he was running across the playground to the sliding board. He pushed his way to the top of the ladder, threw out his hands, yelled, "Geronimo!" and slid down, right into the back of Gerald Willis. It was like a monkey crashing into a gorilla. Gerald Willis didn't flinch. Joey, faster than you could think, hopped with both feet onto Gerald's shoulders, pushed off, and hit the ground running. Gerald Willis was screaming bad words after him, but Joey was only laughing. By the time he got back to me, his face was red and his eyes were flashing. He was gasping for breath. Everybody was staring, including Judy Billings. Her swing wasn't moving, and then Joey's walking over to her. He stood in front of her, still gasping, kind of hunched over. She stared at him. Her mouth was open. He turned back to me. His red face was grinning. His arm came up. It was pointed at me. He squeezed out words between gasps. "He loves you." Judy didn't move at first, like she didn't hear him. Then her head started turning real slow, till it stopped at me. Her face was still the same, boggled, like she was in the front row at a movie. The only other thing that moved was Gerald Willis, who was heading for Joey. I went into a coma, and then the school bell was ringing, and kids were running for the door.